prepare to race onto the field. Everything is riding on this football game. So there's a special intensity, a special urgency. Here come the Volunteers. Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
Welcome to the Talkin Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and I am back with another video, third video of the day. No notes, just saw the article. Going to talk about it. Going to talk about the news that Tennessee is adding another player via the transfer portal. Austin Price, VolQuest.com, kind of teased this. He kind of teased it earlier in the week that Tennessee could be looking to add a wide receiver. At the time I read it, I didn't really understand it, but we're going to look at this article. It does a good job kind of breaking down why Josh Heupel added this wide receiver and how he will fit into the system. So we'll get into it. We'll talk about it. But first and foremost, as always, please go ahead and smash the like button. Just press that little thumbs up. It's just below the video. Also, make sure you do go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click that bell for notifications so you don't miss out when we go live. A lot of you guys are actually joining the channel, which I appreciate. You can click the join button. It's right beside subscribe. It'll give you access to custom Talkin Vols emojis. And also, when we do go live, I try to highlight the comments of the people that are members of the channel. Unfortunately, if you have an iPhone, you got to go to a laptop PC in order to join the channel. All right, that's too many plugs. Too many plugs. We're 90 seconds into this thing. Let's get to the video at hand. Again, Josh Heupel goes to the transfer portal, lands do-it-all wide receiver in Mississippi State transfer JaVonta Payton. Well, let's just start here. One, I was kind of surprised that they would go to the transfer portal, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree. You guys will be in the comment section talking about we need more linebackers. We need more defensive linemen. We need help on defense. What about the offensive tackle position? Well, I'm hoping that this means, first of all, that Josh Heupel has confidence in Big Dane Davis, that he has confidence in Darnell Wright. Hopefully, Cade Mays can actually play guard. But we'll see how all that shakes out as we move into the fall. But Josh Heupel goes and gets another transfer via the portal. Just to let you guys know, there's a spot for one more transfer. And then moving forward from there, if they add anybody else after another player, then that will count towards future recruiting classes. But let's take a look at this article. Again, I want to go through this entire article because they really do a good job kind of breaking down where JaVonta Payton fits into this. This is Matthew Ray, SI.com. Says here, Josh Heupel's making it clear that he came to Knoxville to win now. In the last month, Heupel has added transfer quarterback Joe Milton. If you want to see that, I made a video about Joe Milton earlier today. Also added defenders Caleb Tremblay and Juwan Mitchell to the front seven, and now he adds JaVonta Payton to the wide receiver room. We take a look at the Mississippi State transfer in this impact report. And again, you know, we talk about recruiting, and some people say the lack of recruiting that Josh Heupel can do. He's doing a really good job going to the transfer portal and filling needs. That is, for an incoming coach, for a guy that's kind of behind the eight ball right out of the gate, the NCAA violations, Josh Heupel's done a great job going to the transfer portal and filling needs. So let's look here at the article. It says background. Originally an in-state recruit in high school, Payton starred at Hillsboro High School before signing with Ole Miss in 2017. However, ultimately he ended up at Northwest Mississippi Community College. 2017, he caught 44 passes for 509 yards, 9 touchdowns. Following season, 23 passes, 331 yards, 2 touchdowns. Whole lot of numbers being thrown at you. Let's look at his time in Starkville. Caught 28 passes, 347 yards, and a touchdown. Those aren't mind-blowing stats when you look at his 2 years at Mississippi State. 2020, last season, he had 19 catches, 225, and a touchdown. That's not mind-blowing stats, especially in an air raid offense. Let's go in and see how he fits into the offense, because they're addressing me right here. This article on SI.com is addressing me. It says many will question the decision to take Tennessee due to the numbers. Who wrote that sentence? Many will question the decision to take Tennessee due to the numbers. Struggling with this article. Struggling with this article. Good point, though. We're going to question it. We're going to question why Tennessee would take a wide receiver when you look at that wide receiver room, a room that we praised all throughout spring camp. We talked about Velus Jones Jr. We talked about Callaway stepping up. We talked about Jalen Hyatt and his ability to be a big-time SEC receiver. But it goes on to say Payton is the ideal receiver for a Josh Heupel offense. Let me say this. One thing in looking at JaVonta Payton, kind of doing a little research on him, the guy's got speed. He's a burner. You can never turn away speed. He runs a 4.4 40. I think that'll fit into this Josh Heupel offense just fine. Says Payton brings a veteran presence to Tennessee's young, talented group of pass catchers. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. What the guys that we are talking about, so many young guys in that wide receiver room. It's nice to hear a guy like Cedric Tillman stepping up throughout the spring, a guy that just shows up, goes to work, and he's got a lot of praise this spring. Obviously, Velus Jones Jr. brings experience. Outside of that, you're looking at a lot of young guys. A lot of young guys. The article goes on to say adding Payton gives Tennessee another threat to stretch the field vertically, which Heupel and company will emphasize this fall. Says his ability to work the deep parts of the field while displaying tremendous ball skills and body control make him an added advantage on the edge. Natural leaper who adjusts well to the ball in the air, which is the first requisite Cody Burns is looking for in an SEC receiver. I'm getting excited about this. I knew a little bit about JaVonta Payton, not a whole lot. I watched a little bit of highlights tape from Mississippi State against LSU. I like what I'm reading here. I like what I am reading. And again, a guy with speed, a guy with SEC experience, a guy, he's only got 1 year of eligibility. 1 year of eligibility. A quote that I liked from Caleb Tremblay when he came to Tennessee, when he committed. He said it's a business trip. I'm not coming there for 4 to 5 years. I'm not coming. He's coming for a few months, and it's a business trip. It is to put a resume for the NFL draft. And I think JaVonta Payton finds himself in a similar situation with 1 year of eligibility. This is a business trip. He's coming to Knoxville to put film out there for NFL scouts. It's a business trip. Says Payton has put his academic issues behind him as he has now graduated from Mississippi State, and he should also bring a leadership side to the Tennessee receiver room. I hope he meshes well with Velus Jones Jr. because Velus Jones has shown out to be the leader of that wide receiver room. Impact rating. Again, I'm just going through this full article. Great article. Really good educational article. Impact rating. Says, I think a lot of people on the outside looking in named Boogie Bentley will question the addition of Payton. But let us educate you. It makes a lot of sense to me. This adds a seasoned wide receiver who is looking for an opportunity to come in and be a key contributor on the edge. Tennessee has not had a true jump ball threat emerge yet. Cedric Tillman has flashed at times, and Payton can be the guy the Vols need there. Malachi Wideman is a guy with tremendous amount of talent, but is nowhere close to cracking Tennessee's rotation. Malachi Wideman is a guy that's kind of been quiet throughout the spring. Kind of been quiet. Says Payton should only upgrade the room impact rating 8 out of 10. Wow. 8 out of 10. Again, really good article from Matthew Ray, SI.com. Encourage you to check that out. Leave me a comment. What do you rate? What is your impact rating for JaVonta Payton being added to this football team? Because at first I was a little confused when Austin Price mentioned it on VolQuest Monday Night Chat. Little confused. Tennessee's going to add a wide receiver. That's a position group that I consider to be a strength for this football team. And if I'm going to question Josh Heupel for going out and getting Joe Milton and say he clearly has no confidence in what's in that quarterback room, then I would kind of lean towards the same thing for JaVonta Payton in the wide receiver room. Other than you're looking to add depth, there's one quarterback on the field at a time. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. JaVonta Payton on his way to Tennessee, an SEC burner added to this wide receiver room. Let me know impact rating, what you think. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. Josh Heupel goes and gets another. I'm not going to share the link or the website. I'm just going to ask you guys. We do have Talkin Vols merch available. The link is in the description below. You can pick up the new cartoon version 2 shirts. But any and all support is appreciated. But all I really ask you to do is just show up, watch the video, leave me a comment, and smash that like button on the way out the door. This is the Talkin' Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
The songs howl like we poets sat in our chains, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and